Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we're live.
Hopefully. You tell us when you hear us, if you hear us.
You know when somebody asks you if you've gotten fat?
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting that question lately. And I have gotten fat, but I just don't, there's asking and then there's asking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I really don't.
All right, you skinny fuck. I was the same at your age. I didn't know the concept of gut. But yeah, dog, when people ask me, I'm like, how many kilograms you have? I'm like, well, enough to know you're not asking that question to not be a cunt. So go fuck yourself, friend. Not you.
Never asked you.
Because because you keep looking at it.
I don't think you're that fat. I mean, I don't think you're fat. I think you're not so well defined. Your boundaries are not so well defined.
You're getting a raise. Correct answer. What's going on, people? Are we live?
Yes, we are. We have 4 viewers that don't say anything. If you hear us, please say something, anything.
Yeah, because we can't turn this shit on because it would just fuck with. Ah, they do hear something.
They said, "Hi, dude. I don't know if that's." I will take it as we can hear you.
Nah, it's okay. They have a delay of 20 seconds, so they'll pull through. What's up, guys? What's going on? We did. Me and Paul, we just recorded a vlog. Some of you really asked if, in the past, how to get the look of my shows, and I did a quick studio tour. Me and Paul. I showed you all about my lighting, my microphones, and the general setup, plus a few dick jokes. We hope you'll like it. It'll be out in 2.5 years. Probably, knowing our style.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a short vlog.
It's not a fucking short vlog. It's fucking 30 minutes of raw material.
44 minutes.
Yeah, plus B-roll, right? But yeah, for those of you interested, dude, do you hear clipping in your headphones? Like,
no.
It must be my stupid fucking transmitter. For those of you curious, please stay tuned. Probably next week it'll be launched. And if you're in the industry or thinking about going in the industry, I think I tried to take a little bit of a burden off your soul. It's not that hard to get a good look, to get some good sound. It'll take some money. You can also do it a bit cheaper. Stay tuned for that.
Or some friends.
Or some friends who have equipment. Then you don't need nothing. Then you just borrow it and then you're good.
Somebody said, "Nice shirt, Samuel."
Oh shit, thanks, dog. I needed a reason to wear this fucking thing. I was feeling very Tommy Bahama fucking. I bought this in fucking Malta, right? I've been there to.
Excuses. Everybody goes somewhere to buy something that they want.
No, listen, I like this shirt. Don't get me wrong. Girl hates it though. So, what's up, baby? She ain't even here. She ain't even watching. She's busy. It's all right. That's why I get to wear it, I guess, or else.
I don't get it.
She would have been in that corner looking annoyed.
What's not to like it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't get it. It's with flowers.
Yeah, right. Like everybody likes
vacation
flowers.
style. Just good summer vibes, dude.
So what's up, buddy? What's been up? Tell the people, how are you?
I'm good. Tomorrow I'll go do some snowboarding myself if the teleski works, because today was very windy and I hope tomorrow will not be that windy.
Paul is into snowboarding, so he's my gateway to extreme sports. I'm just into basketball and that's it.
Why is snowboarding more extreme than basketball? Because you can snowboard just go on the normal slopes and not do crazy shit. But I think you can do more crazy shit in snowboard, so that's why it's.
I'll tell you why.
Extreme.
You know why? Because in basketball, there's no other cunt listening to music, minding his own fucking shit, and then he fucking crashes into you.
That's why I bought a JBL clip. Have I told you?
Is it the little speaker thingy?
The little speaker thingy you can clip on yourself. And I wanted to listen to music, but okay, so I wanted to listen to music, but also be aware of the environment. And when I bought this clip, everybody who's snowboarding said you're a cunt basically because of buying it, and other people will have to listen to your music. But to those people, I say three things: you can listen to your music, you can listen to the environment and hear if somebody's coming, and the most important thing, the ones in front of you will listen and will hear you when you come, and they will know you're coming. So,
and you know they'll know you're coming with the jam, like with style, to them pimpin' beats.
exactly. So it's the best of both worlds.
Well, I'm glad Paul wanted to have a quick getaway this week. So I'm glad I hope you get snow.
Snow off my boots.
Yeah,
I hope to.
Are you going with friends?
Yeah, they are already there. And
Do they all have penises?
Yes.
Oh, so this is an actual snowboarding trip. I get it.
Yeah, it's an actual trip. I actually never been to a snowboarding trip, including like my girlfriend, because I didn't have a girlfriend since I am snowboarding. But
how long have you been snowboarding?
3 years.
You never had a girlfriend in 3 years?
I had like a very short term.
Because I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby, but cut the song because you'll be monetized if you go over 5 seconds. Did you guys know Happy Fucking Birthday? Like the song Happy Birthday is licensed? Like somebody's making money every time Happy Birthday it's on. You see it in a movie or whatever. I'm serious, dog. It's fucking licensed. This is bullshit. Happy birthday. Yeah, if you
like
do the
Adibas,
right? Right. So I'm glad you're gonna get away. Hope you get snow.
Yeah, and I hope I get snow with sunny weather. I like snowboarding in sunny weather, and see the whole thing, not knowing where you're going and not seeing anything in front of you, like 2 meters in front of you.
Yeah, and people not seeing your awesome gear.
Yeah, but you can hear my awesome gear.
What a douche. No, but I get it. Yeah, I get it.
They only see me when I ollie or 360 over them. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
360 through them.
I did that. I did that 2 years ago or last year. I was snowboarding, and it was very hot. So the snow was not so good for braking,
Yeah.
And I saw this lady. It was like I had some speed, and I saw this lady with the skis, because the people with the skis always go in the turn in the slope.
Yeah.
And she was right in the middle, and I thought, okay, I have some space for braking. I will just go speed just a bit more, and then I'll brake. So I did that. I hit the brakes, didn't brake at all, like nothing. And I was like, I entered her. I entered the Sandman.
Grow up.
I entered her, and I rotate in the air and caught her. And then we slid together,
and then they kissed like this on.
Yeah,
as they were going out of frame.
Honestly, I was living those moments in slow motion. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so awesome!"
This is so awesome. A 50-year-old lady.
And
how old was she?
Yeah, 50. And so she was fine. And then she told me her leg was hurting, and I was like, "Is it broken? No. Okay, you're fine. Good to go."
So there was no moment, unless you're into 50-year-old ladies. I mean,
I'm into them if they look good.
Listen, Paul and I, we agree on a few things, but one thing we both have an inclination to, as men sometimes do, is mature women. We always liked them. When I was 20, I was trying to date 27-year-olds that were just, dumped, and now they just wanted to take revenge. You work with what you have at a certain age. You can't, even if you are the most confident looking guy, when you say the fucking word 20 and they're 27 and they already, you know, maybe earning the pay or doing video chat or whatever the fuck, right? Then you can't, you don't have enough experience, no matter how lived and how many things you try to do up until that point. You're 20. So you work with what you have. Dick, right?
Stamina.
But there does come an age, dude. And I'm not sure, I didn't talk about this before, but who gives a fuck, right? There comes a point, even for like mature, loving men. You're going to be 40 one day. You're not going to look at fucking 60-year-old women. You know what I mean? There has to be a drop-off point where you're like, because you don't mind younger girls too. Maybe you mind them now, but as you, don't be too certain about that. Like, just be like, oh, it's cool.
No,
whatever.
I mean,
whatever's legal.
I think age is just a number.
Well, yeah. A number over 18. Right? So it comes a drop-off point where you, even if you're a MILF lover, you're going to look like, you're going to be like 60 looking at like, you shouldn't be looking at when you're 60. But who the fuck says you shouldn't? You're a man. There's nothing wrong with that. Right?
I think
good point.
The drop-off is like 55 if she looks, I think 55 if she looks good. Because after, it's really hard not to show your age.
It's not about age for me. I agree with you, but for different reasons. Like for me, it is about age. But I'm sure you met older women who were, the guys who are into like always, you have a tendency to go for older women, right? There must have been a lady who was a bit older than you, what you thought your threshold was, but through her style and through her character and through the way she was owning up to this period in her life, it made her sexy for you. It must have happened. So I think, it's an estimate, and then you go. It's same for men. Like if I see a Madonna type character, right, like a woman, even if she's 40 or but even 50 or 60, not sex related. I don't want to fuck her directly, but I'm saying as an attractiveness, like, wow, this woman knows how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
Yeah, but if I see a woman like Madonna, I don't respect her. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're 62 and you're like throwing your snatch around. Like, it's like the video clip of like a virgin. Fuck out of my face, Madam Madonna. Right? It's like, then I smell desperation, and it's not. I don't like, even for like young fit girls when they overdo the like, look at me, I'm, fuck out of my face. But if she's elegantly old, you know what I mean? Elegantly old sounds not so flattering. Elegantly aged, not better.
Wine.
What wine?
Any wine.
All right.
Aged wine.
Like aged wine, yeah. Then it's cool. So, but if you were to pick a drop-off point, I think ladies, the ones listening, you should be looking for this type of man, because then you can go like, I can't wait for me to have a wife, and then my wife to be 40 and still like trying to maintain herself and look all sexy for me and stuff. Fuck that. I'll be inspired by that shit. So. True. I'm not saying it would be, guys who are into this know this, but there are three types of men. The two, I talked about this before. In my opinion, the two are alphas, which are the standards, and then the ones who like to be dominated. And I think, no, actually, I'm so stupid. So it's like, I have to like go through this. So people know I'm stupid. So it's like, as a guy, if you like more mature women, I wanted to say, then you're either into dominating more mature women. So it's like she comes with the experience, right? She comes with all the knowledge and all the skills, and also the way to handle a situation.
Emotional equilibrium.
I don't care if she's fucked up either. If she owns it, you know what I mean? Like if she, I want to dominate strength. Fuck you, political correct people. We should be able to talk about these things, because that's how we heal them. That's how we make them okay and not get offended. So, yeah, for all the women, I like to, and for any women, it's like that dominating factor. But there are people who like MILFs, who like them for the other reason, because they are mature and they don't like themselves enough, and they want to be dominated, right? by a mature woman. So I think
I think
that's where it's and for your average man, pedophiles. The younger, the better. I'm not good, so she has to be stupid and not know what a good dick is or a good time is or whatever, right?
don't you think most of the men have a bit of all these inclinations, or at least in some part of their life, like taste the mature energy?
That's why. You mean everybody's chasing mature or young?
No. Everybody's chasing all of them. Like you
Dude,
get a bit of taste of mature energy and how it's like, and then you get with a like younger chick who doesn't know a lot, and you protect her and stuff like that, and you
No,
get
I think your
different
average.
inputs.
I think your average man doesn't think that.
I had that.
Well, what?
I like all of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your average man,
Okay.
like you had the luxury of being, educated man. Not that education, you can be like instinctively in smart about, like street smart, right? Like you can instinctively tell. But yeah, I don't think every man. And some people most men, I would contend. They're just like, fuck it. She's young, she's unfucked, then that's good for me. She doesn't know, right? Even if they don't think it, it's instinctive. Like,
Yeah, but
is she stupid? I'll teach her, and when she figures out I'm a fucking hack, then she's not good. She's used, you fucking whore, all that shit. So there's I think 80%, and like I said, dude, 80% of the population doesn't mean everybody on YouTube. 80% of those, I mean fucking 80% of the population. I just learned a statistic yesterday that a fucking 3 billion people have access to the fucking internet. That means fucking 4 billion don't. And it's like, you can't, could you even imagine all the stuff you wouldn't know if you wouldn't have had access to the internet? You'd be fucking like, you can't even blame them because they don't have the possibility to be that way. But if fucking 4 billion doesn't have access to the internet, and out of those fucking 3 billion on the internet, most are fucking retarded, right? Or vicious. Then what the fuck are you left with? So that's not your average dude. He's like, fuck it. He's instinctive.
yeah, but that's what I was talking about instinctive things, because
That doesn't make us any less of a monsters. But you are self-aware enough to
I know how
keep
to
it-
label and know what I like.
and that's good. Then you can separate them, right? Because it's you shouldn't separate them too much. Like sex is sex, then we act like saints. But it's that middle spot. Like then you can you can fucking slap a girl like we talked in the last podcast. You can slap a girl on the fucking face while you're fucking her, and then it's okay, because she's feeling good and you feel like she wants it, and then it's none of that shit, right? Versus,
I was saying that, for example, the average dude he's more into like younger chicks, so he doesn't know how to label that, but he's into like a very energetic and young and
if you're gonna bring
pure,
out some magnets that will give me energy, you're out.
pure, and he wants to protect her, also teach her some stuff and deflower her.
That's called being young. If you're young and you want that, there's nothing wrong with it. As you get older, I've told you this story before, but when like the youngest, I slept up my age when I was 20, like quite significantly, but slept down, I only did it like fucking, my girlfriend is 8 years younger than me, and I think I went maybe a bit lower than that, but only in the last 4 years, like I experienced that. I just couldn't. Either they're insecure and it's my dick won't cooperate. I've seen too much shit. I don't want the girls to take offenses. Not that you're not pretty. You are pretty. Just pretty by itself. I can come. I can put I could put my dick in you and then come. But that's not sex. That's chasing the orgasm and then kind of like, I have nothing because they're so, not most girls, obviously there are exceptions, but your average 20 to 20-year-old girl, she's still figuring out what the fuck she's wants to do, how she wants to be portrayed. And when you're in that moment of sex, it's like if you don't have that human connection, if you can't just address the taboo, and most, in my experience, I had my dick not go up for fucking tens of times.
Yep.
And I've been like, it's like, honey, it's not your fault.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You cannot put your mind to it anymore.
You it depends. You can change some girls if she's at the limit where she wants to try it, and you kind of take that pause and make her feel secure and like, this is cool, baby. I like you. Like you don't have to. Yeah, just being smart. Like you don't have to pressure the girl, whatever the fuck. Then just a bunch of them will come around. That's how you convince girls to do anal. It's the same process, but teach them. Sorry, because after you do it, they all enjoy it. Minus hemorrhoids, which I can understand because I have some myself. I would have loved some ass play. I told this story before with the girl that was trying to blow me, and she thought she was doing me a favor by going around. I was like, no, you don't understand. I don't care what your ex-boyfriend liked. I probably would like it. Right? So, what do we... Give me a line.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that you don't actually like specific stuff. You like being, for example, being protective is something that men like, as a general thing, and they can express that either.
What we like instinctively, men and women, is dependency. So if I keep you, what do women need? Safe. In the eyes of your average man, because they do need it. They need you to be stable, on your feet, confident. Make sure you create a safe space, right? And then they can be feminine around you. That's the standard thing, right? Anus, relax your anus, right? But no, it's true. It's true, right?
I know.
But usually it's overdone. It's done. For most guys, I feel like it comes from a place of insecurity. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. And then the jealousies comes, right? He can be the most confident man in the world and stable and shit. If he's jealous in that overburdening type, then you do it from another place. You do it from a place of insecurity.
If he gives into his jealousy. Not if he's jealous.
I always say thing. It's healthy to have a little bit of jealousy. Then if you have none, then you don't give a fuck. If I'm indifferent, then I'm just, then I feel like I bring in no value. Then my validation is down. Then why are we together? But it's healthy. Like I always preached about fucking let your girl grow with your fucking. If your girl doesn't have girlfriends, make sure she has girlfriends that she can go around in the clubs and flirt for a night every fucking couple of weeks. She needs that energy, because I talked about this before. At a certain point, especially on long-term relationships, right? Like in commitments of a sort, the person only has what you have to say based on, and it's not that you don't mean that you like, baby, you got a little bit of fat. I like you anyway. That's also a technique that men use at a certain degree, or at least your classical men, to keep the girl down, because they can't grow themselves, right? So they're like, nah, I like you the way you are. Nah, it's good. And then the woman ends up not liking herself, not feeling sexy, and that itself feeds into the lack of sexuality in the relationship. So that's bullshit. You need to, although she believes you, you need her to let her go look for, let a guy buy her. Who gives a fuck? If you trust her, if it's based on trust and you have a certain agreement, then fucking knock yourself out, baby. Like, go have a guy buy you a drink, giggle with your girls, get that confidence back. And when you come back, I fucking meant it. And I need the same for myself. So it's no biggie, right? That's neglected. That when jealousy comes, that goes out the window. So there's a lot of factors to jealousy, but definitely that's one formidable one that causes the relationship to go to shit. So fuck jealousy. Keep it within reason and communicate. Or, mix it up. Sometimes don't communicate too much. It becomes boring, right, Paul?
I was reading some very interesting comments, because remember the guy we gave some advice last summer with breaking up with his girlfriend?
Oh, what's up, dude? I do remember.
Shout out to your parents.
I don't remember the... Shout out to your parents. I don't remember the exact details, but...
Yeah, he broke up with her, and now he has another girl. But from what I get, they're not really together. She's playing hot and cold, and he doesn't know what to do, and if he's stressed out because he wants a relationship with her, but she's like, kind of one step into the relationship and one step out. And
yeah, in and out. Well, I don't know the context of it, dude. How long have you been dating? Is it, do you see each other often? Was there a talk about commitment? And commitment doesn't mean, get to fuck nobody else. There's a thing, if you want to be exclusive, dude, bring it to the table. If you don't want it to be exclusive, bring it to the table. For technical reasons, if you can fuck other people, you can be my main squeeze. I can be your main squeeze. Maybe I don't want anything serious right now, baby, but I need to know that you're wearing a condom. I'm wearing a condom. Let's do our fucking test and fuck without condoms. Get all the cum, right? Suck all the pussy juices. Excuse my French, but you bring that to the table, and then you know where you stand. Then you have to detach from, like, you choose that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I think it's fair if you guys fuck around to fuck around. Maybe you like to fuck around together. That's the sweet spot. But yeah, right? If not, bring it to the table. But I don't know if you had this discussion with her, so give us some context and we can talk about it.
He tried to act cold with her so that he will see if she reacts.
I don't care how he tried to act so far. What is the context of it? Give him a second, because this is a delayed transmission, right?
Until he answers, I kind of feel where your strategy is at, and I tried that before, and it can work. You can manipulate her to like you and be in a relationship with you, but after a while you'll see that it's something created by you, crafted by you, and she wouldn't be doing that if you wouldn't have manipulated her. And that's the point where you will be like, okay, is this even real? And I don't really like it, because manipulation does really work, but it doesn't worth it if you don't naturally have chemistry with her, and if she doesn't really wants to be with you, then that's the way it goes. It's natural, and you part ways.
No, dog. Yeah, maybe, sure, what Paul said, but it depends on what you wanted from this girl to start with, and how the problem was put, and how much time you're in with her. Because listen, if you I know you agree with me, Paul, but I never fucking like to chase women that much. I didn't. I was like, I stand my ground. I made my intentions clear. I told her what I like. I tried to read her, steer in the right direction when she mumbled and wasn't sure herself. And then I played what was quote unquote played. I tried to enjoy what was in front of me, right?
Yeah,
that's the best way you can do it. So if you feel like this chick doesn't want a commitment, and you're obviously asking about her, so it must be something that caught you, probably her vajayjay, right? If she's got you under that
what's the muscle called?
Labia.
PC muscle.
It's a labia call. It's not a muscle. It depends. If listen, dog, give us these details, right? Because I never chased women that much. Of course I did when I was younger, but then they turned out to be assholes. I was like, what the fuck? Show your intentions. Tell her, chick, I like you. If it got if it was simple in the beginning and it got complicated, tell her that. Listen, chick, I think I got feelings for you. No fucking, just look her in the eye and say it. Like I said right here. Don't be scared of this. Why would you be scared of this? Just talk out of your mouth, right? And see what she says. Like I think it's I think you're kind of like playing cool, or maybe trying to in and out. I think you're indecisive. So listen, I think I got feelings for you. So how about you give that a little thing, and get back to me, right? And then actually take a
write an email.
No. Tell her, look her in the eye. Tell her this. Give her a good, potentially last fuck, right? Do your bestest. And then wish her a good day and tell her, and then the ball is in her court, right? And then just tell her, listen, chick, I'm not gonna bother you. I'm gonna leave you alone, and you will fucking leave her alone. No pride games, right? Just leave her alone. I think you need time to think. I'm gonna give you like a few days and whatever you need. Like, get back to me, right? And then you see how she reacts. But don't pussy out in that time. Like, don't message her or send her funny pictures like you didn't have that talk, or it doesn't mean nothing, right? Fucking tell her that, give her some space. If a couple of days pass or 3 days and she doesn't say anything, just you can throw a little wink, like a little like, hey, what's up, girl?
Bone.
Yeah, just address the situation always through a joke, right? Is this ghosting time, baby? What's going on, right? And then most likely, if she's worth shit, she will address it. So at least then you will know something. And then you can allow yourself to break free if it's not the case, because you don't want to not be wanted. What's wrong with you, man? Come on.
Yeah.
You're worth something. You're obviously trying your best, and you're like, that means you have worth. Take it from a guy who, like, I joke around and I am shit and I have a lot of things to learn. You always learn in life, but I used to have my confidence down up until I grew, right? Like I became 18 and all that. Thank God for basketball. I know. And every man has insecurities and every man wants to latch on. It's not the way. Detach, see what she brings, and never like, there will be a time to give it more than 50%, like more than halfway. Then, but there has to be a connection established first. Come on, fucker. So yeah, I think that was like 20 minutes in sex. How much time we have left?
No, it's okay. We have
How much?
30 minutes more.
All right, cool.
So yeah, don't be afraid to be rejected. Don't be afraid to be real.
Plus, dog, what the fuck are you thinking? You were in a remind me, was that a long-term relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were in a long-term relationship, and I'm guessing you found this girl not long after, because there hasn't been that much time, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? After any relationship, long form.
8 months. That's what the psychologists say. 8 months is like the period you have to stay single.
Fuck out of here, dog. Really? It's not 7 point.
I didn't take any risk. I stayed for 3 years.
It's not 7.5 months. It's not 8.5 months. It's 8 months. I love these fucking like figures pulled out of these theoretical psychologists that written an article once that he doesn't remember when. I love these. This is how misinformation gets spread. I love it. Welcome to the podcast.
Somebody said if you get too close to the mic, it's clipping. I think you're yelling at it.
I might be.
We're getting very excited about this topic.
Let me just tone it down for a little bit. There you go. I asked you if it's clipping. I thought I heard it clipping. Well, anyway, yeah. What the fuck were we saying?
8 months.
Fuck 8 months, dog. Oh yeah. So if you just broke up with that chick, what the fuck? You're supposed to like rip it out for her. Like, enjoy the demon. Like, if that. Listen, don't think girls are special, right? The only thing that makes them special is to truly realize that they're not. And it's hard for them because they get lied to all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Because how many cute girls, or not so cute, because cuteness lies on your standards. A man's standards vary widely from the amount of cum that lies in his body. Like, depends on, right? Like, if you're not sure if you like this girl, before you like have this talk with the girl, just also jerk off, empty your balls. For realsies, like, then you'll have a clear mind and kind of thing.
That's when you get really high standards.
Right. But if you broke up with the chick, then, dude, rip it out, rip it apart. Women not being special, just like us, right? They're not special when they broke up either. So that's the hard lesson you have to learn from your ex, right? She's not special. She's not evil. She is a girl in a certain point in her life. And some of them are shit and some of them never exit that part, but so do men. So, like, right?
It's hard. Life is simple, but it's complex.
Yeah, word. So the new one, why would you jump in a relationship? Why would you think this one's special just because the last one left you? Are you injured?
No. He left her.
Oh, he left her?
Yeah. He listened to the device.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, they broke up and he had a problem without, like...
Yeah.
You ended that relationship, you want to rip it apart from her. And if she's in and out, then she's obviously has a, another deal somewhere. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just address it, and then you get yourself some. But don't not because of jealousy, just because it's time to hate with your dick. Listen, guys, I'm gonna have this talk 1,000 times, but we're all the whore, men and women. We're all the fucking whore. It just depends. The whore, right? It just depends on the period of your life, because we all start out naive, and then somebody breaks your heart, and then you get mad at the world in an anarchist manner, and they're all whores, and then because of their all whores, I have to punish them with my dick, and you spread the hate, but then you're the whore as a man. Nothing wrong with that, but you are the whore. You have a period when you mainly use your dick for hate. It doesn't really end, but then you can also make room for something else. There's a period where you're the whore. Nothing wrong with that. They're the whore at a certain period, but that's called experience. That's called she was naive. Then she hated men. Then she fucked around, and then she figured out that side of herself where she's alone and nothing matters, and she feels just like used and all that shit, like a guy can feel used, right? And then you kind of narrow down like the patterns of people and the possibilities and the patterns of people you attract, right? And then you kind of know what you need, not necessarily what you want. You don't consider want anymore because your wants as a younger person were unrealistic. So you're all the whore. We're all the whore at a certain point. Some stay whores, some are never whores, but you don't want to never explore that side of you where you feel like you have all the strings and everything is going for you. And now in media, girls or women are portrayed. This is very taboo. It's not as talked about, but girls do have that point where they ripping apart their fucking dating 3 men at the same time, and she's with the girls and she's happy. I'm talking about 24 to 27 if they haven't gotten married, right? Maybe 30. Like they have that period where, fuck, every man, this is good. Fuck it, I've been considered a whore. He called me a whore and he loved me. If I'm a whore, then let me fucking be a whore and enjoy this and all that shit. And she sees that contrast and the girls who don't have that, right? Then they never know that part. So maybe they have something they will never know. They'll be like, maybe it's better with somebody else. No, you're with 1,000 people and then you realize, fucking, this is not better just because it's sex. So men and women have that shit. And I call that, we're all the whore. We all have to be the whore. Just don't stay the whore, right? Know what you want. And whore, I say that very, like in a funny way, because people call men whores. Men call women whores. Like, you're a whore too, right? Like, God knows I am. Ooh-wee.
Word.
So, fuck that. We're all the whore. Just try, accept it, enjoy it, and see when it doesn't bring you happiness. So you have the contrast. Similarly to fucking people who went to the gym and people who don't. Those who went to the gym, even if they get fat, they know, I know the process is not this mountain that I never tried and I'm 30, right? So I know the process. People who never tried it, they just, right? Even if you're fat again, you get skinny because you've been through that. Same way with relationships, right? Maybe you never been, you get married quick, right? And then the not having any confidence or terms of contrast, then that's the only guy you ever knew. And maybe the relationship gets like shit. And then you can't leave. You're afraid to leave. You haven't been out there enough to know this is a safe space and you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life just because you didn't find out what your worth is. And your worth is also your pussy, ladies. Everybody's trying to be like, of course you are human. And if you're great, you're great. But your pussy she needs attention too. She needs validation too. And you need to have that period too. Variety is the spice of life.
Fuck.
Hashtag.
We have more intel from the guy.
All right, hit me.
I
can't believe he took over this podcast, but he got me going.
No, it's a good topic. So
it was supposed to be 5 minutes in sex, not fucking.
She had 2 other relationships. She now has trusting issues, of course.
Trust issues, yeah.
And they've been dating for a month, only kisses and hugs, no sex. That's a big info.
Dog, that changes the fuck everything. Doesn't it?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Now,
what? Don't give me a second. Why are you writing us? It's been a month. You're not supposed to know after a fucking month. Right? She doesn't. It's a month, dog. What are you doing? Chill out and enjoy it.
He feels it, man. He feels it.
No, just enjoy it, dog. There's no a month in, no questions. There's none of that. The only talk you can have is like, what the fuck? What's your intentions, baby doll? You want this dick or you want this dick plus the headache, but also the feelings, right?
I forgot the age. I think the dude says he's like college or something. What age are you? And what age?
Doesn't matter what age are you.
Yeah,
You
it
are.
matters because
It
if
don't
it's
fucking
in
matter.
high school, if it's in high school, like most of the girls are like, okay, we have to wait for like 4 months to have sex, and they, it's a different kind of, a different dance.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying to a certain point, but it doesn't matter in high school. I'm sorry you didn't fuck enough in high school, Paul, but
Really didn't. I mean, no. I was like, nah.
yeah, don't stress it. If it's a month in, don't even be asking questions. You can talk to her, be like, "What the fuck is this?" And then just enjoy it. There's nothing to ask about. There's nothing. Even if you want a relationship, just enjoy what you have. It's that simple. I thought it was more complex. Like, it's been a while and then things haven't been addressed. What the fuck do you know in a month? And you haven't had sex? Maybe they are young, but
No, he's 20, but they've been like stressing now with the exams or something. Have sex, see what that feels like, because maybe you don't have chemistry or something, and the whole thing changes.
definitely. Amen, brother.
Because sex
Yeah.
is at least 50% of it.
Yeah, and don't force it. Like, I hope she's not a virgin. We had this talk, people. We're gonna have this talk.
I hope to.
to
Trust
infinity.
me.
Oh,
I tried
virgins.
three times. Never again.
There's not 3 times, motherfucker. With virgins, it's like with drugs. If you do it once, you try it. If you do it a second time, you do it. So you
No, I tried three times.
No, you tried to like it 3 times.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
fucked 3 virgins. That's
Yeah.
the point of it.
Yeah,
right?
but it
And-
doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, then you made 3 virgins miserable. So you should have just
No, because I am
No.
a gentleman and I address the situation
Doesn't matter.
properly.
No, I'm sure you have. I'm just saying they obviously would have wanted more if they you popped their cherry, right? It's not unnatural.
No, one was my 1st
You're-
girlfriend. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
out of the equation. The second one was, I was a douchebag, a total douchebag. Haven't seen her since because she's Italian and I was like going fucking off in Romania. And the third one, I was a gentleman and she didn't want at least what she told me. And I really believed her. She didn't want nothing more than this because it was like a bucket list thing to like
To have sex.
to be deflowered by the time she moves to to another
Deflowered.
deflowered.
Did you cut off all her flowers and then you fucked her?
Yes, all the roses.
Deflowered.
Okay,
So yeah, my
So-
point is Paul should have learned from the first time that virgins suck.
are not
I
fun.
had my high school girlfriend. She's a sweetie. Well, he had the best time after she lost her virginity.
After 10 times after she lost her virginity.
Yeah, whatever, right? Like, never again. I was like, fuck the end. No virgins, dude. If she's a virgin, get out of that shit. You don't want that. Let her experience. Let her have somebody who he's ready to take on a virgin. I don't agree with this shit. But maybe it's my own experience. But the best de-virginizations is with people close to your age. If it's chick, flowering sounds, yeah. Popping the cherry. I'm trying to. What are you showing me, dog?
Is this the first?
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Do we have that on?
Apparently. So shout out to your parents, Ignat Teodor,
Ignat Teodor just gave us money. Oh, thanks, dog. We need it.
5 lei.
You can also support us on Patreon if anybody cares to. And hopefully, hopefully these motherfucking things won't burn again. But I didn't know we have this function on. You can donate directly to YouTube.
Thank you.
I don't access my AdSense account. All the clips I ever made from YouTube, I never got 1 penny from YouTube because I used licensed music, and with licensed music, the money, all my clips, the money goes to the artists. But I'd rather give you a good show and enjoy the show rather than have some standard bullshit music. So there you go.
I recall the moment when you said, "Turn that thing on."
Yeah, when
that
you were doing the
people
YouTube settings, like
yeah.
ages ago.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously on.
Thank you, Theodor.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers, buddy. Right, so I think we're done with
Yeah.
the subject.
We have like 15 more minutes.
15.
15.
All right.
Should we address the animal stuff?
The what?
The animal stuff, like I don't like, pets, like small pets, cubs.
Dude, you're such a cunt.
I'm not a cunt. I know what I like.
I don't think. I think I'm gonna get too started up if we open that. I think people need to like you, and.
But I don't see
All right,
it
here's
as
the deal, because he obviously wants to talk about
I
this.
don't see it as a not liking stuff thing.
Here's why Paul is horrible. Ready?
I'm not horrible. I know what I like. Are you horrible for not liking vanilla?
That's not the same thing.
Why?
Dumbass.
Because vanilla doesn't breathe? Vanilla has emotions.
No, it's not liking vanilla. It's
You
not
give me
liking the
emotions.
vanilla plant. If you want to do an association, let me tell the people what the fuck we're talking
you
about.
tell.
You unprofessional cunt.
Okay.
All right. So Paul doesn't like puppies.
No.
Who the fuck? No. I'm sorry.
Not only puppies.
And also kittens. So this fucker, don't get me wrong, he has a dog, he loves it, and the dog is awesome. His name is Ferdi, a wiener dog. Awesome dog. But he doesn't like the young versions of pets. Who the fuck? What kind of heartless are you, dog?
I think
Explain yourself!
they are underdeveloped. So I see it and I see the potential.
You don't have to fuck it, dog.
And I see
You have to pet it.
I see the potential.
It's a puppy.
And I can see how much beautifuler it will look when he will grow. But now, like especially for some breeds, they're ugly as
I
fuck.
don't give a fuck, dog. It could be one off the street. I'll cuddle up next to it and I'll fucking
No,
love it
that's a
until
different
it
thing.
gets better.
That's a different thing. I can love it, but I cannot like how it looks.
But I love it through a windshield. She's in every time he found a dog, he put it a puppy. He put it in an aquarium, and he loved it from outside that aquarium. What do you mean you don't like to look?
I
at
mean, when my
they
mom,
have those little eyes that just say, "You're the only thing I know in the world," right?
and I can say I love you, but you look horrible.
I can't wait till he has kids, huh?
Well,
Listen to Daddy. Listen to Daddy.
my mom brought
Princess.
My mom brought Ferdi when he was a cub. For me, my dog is the most beautiful.
Kept him in the closet till
the
he
most-
was 10 months old.
The most beautiful dog in the world. But when my mom brought him, when he was a cub, he was ugly as fuck.
It's not the dog's fault.
I know that, but I can
At
express
least you weren't
my.
beating it. Like, why are you so fucking ugly?
No, I mean, I know I don't like it, and
What don't you? It's a miniature version.
aesthetics.
Right. So when he's going to have a kid, he's going to be Elizabeth. Listen to Daddy.
I'm not gonna.
Elizabeth, listen to Daddy. You have a huge ass forehead. you have zero chances.
Come here.
You're tall as fuck. Men hate that. I'm sorry, honey. You're just hideous. So you'll have to pull through. Maybe when you're 18. Maybe through some sort of
Divine intervention.
divine intervention, you will grow into some proportions that will allow you to do modeling at this height. And yeah, I love you, but that doesn't mean my opinion is that you're not ugly. I love you, sweetie.
I'm not.
Good night.
Of
Who doesn't
course,
like puppies? Who doesn't like kittens, dog?
me?
You're
Of
literally
course.
the only person in the world. Like literally.
Of
Can
course.
somebody else, like out of all the fucking
All the world here, all the 7 billion people who are watching.
right? Does anybody hate the young versions of pets, cats and dogs? And why do you want to go to hell? That's my
like-
question.
Of course, if you get attached to a pet, you'll see it as more beautiful than you've been before.
Guess what? You'll see it even more beautiful when you see it grow from this tiny little
I did that
shit-sized
with Ferdi.
fucking moving thing to like this full-fledged dog you want to fuck, obviously. Because I find no reason for him to not fucking love. Why? Why does it matter? Why doesn't it help?
I didn't say I don't
People,
love
help
them.
me out here.
I said I don't like how
Please
they look.
listen to me, people. It's your time to shine.
Of course, if they're not gross enough, then I don't love them.
It's your time to shine, people. Paul obviously hasn't been loved enough. So Anybody who's live, please just comment a heart in this video live feed now. Please. Just a heart that he can see and bring love into his life. Horrible, right? Hearts. I want to see hearts in the comments. Seriously.
I like.
You're gonna see so many hearts now
Okay.
that you're gonna start loving puppies.
Okay.
You mean to tell me, you stupid fuck? I don't mean that, but you heartless bastard,
Yeah.
that you saw Stinky, this little Stinky that I pulled from a fucking dog's mouth.
No.
Hey, let me brag to the people. People, I know this is live, but I want to introduce you to Stinky. Stinky is my cat.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up, buddy?
He's sleeping, and Cosmin, like a soulless man, just woke up the cat that he so much love. And
What's
by
up,
the
buddy?
way, just for the record, I liked Stinky since he was a
kissing
kid.
me. Well, yeah, you liked him, right? Because he.
Because he looked nice, he was cute, and I don't like most of the cats. I don't like most of the breeds. I told you, we had this discussion. An ex of mine has a new cat.
For the girls who have a crush on Paul in this podcast, you should draw the parallel and realize he's one shallow fuck, and he just likes beauty.
I'm not
How come
that shallow. I'm not saying I'm not shallow.
everybody likes beauty? I'm saying you like just beauty, like
I don't like just beauty.
face value beauty. Then why would you like Stinky? Because he has an interesting pattern, and you wouldn't like this stray cat.
No, I'm
your
talking.
average.
I'm talking about the his features.
Let me tell the people. So this is Stinky, and we can close on this. This little fucker. I have my dog Hera. She's with my mom in Constanza, in my hometown, right? So Hera, that little black dog that I also found and adopted, she turned out to be this fucking 80% Rottweiler tank of a dog. That is crazy. I want to leave her dog. I want to leave her in the backyard of my mom. She has a beautiful backyard. She destroys everything. Flowers. It's like a fucking desert. After she rips everything apart, and now she's tied to a fucking chain. And unfortunately, with that chain, she cleared like a radius of 5 meters around her doghouse. That there's no more green grass on it, just desert. But yeah, my dog Hera, that little cute puppy, back when she was allowed in the whole yard, which was I think in November when I broke my arm, right? I was visiting my mom with my girl, and in the middle of the night, I hear my dog like, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it sounded like she caught her leash or her head in the maybe she tried to jump the fence or some shit. And I jumped out of my fucking pajamas. It was like I don't fucking know, morning, at night. Opened the porch lights, and I go out, and my dog Hera had this little stupid fuck in her mouth, like this 3-week-old. He was as big as his stupid head till about here, right? Here to here. He's just this little thing. And, I'm so stupid, dog. That's how I broke my arm. It was that. I'm so stupid, right? I'm jumping ahead, right? So I go to this dog, which, it sounds heroic that I saved the cat from a, dog's teeth, but it was my dog, and she loves me, and she wouldn't have dared fucking bite me. But I go to her, she was just doing this. I guess if she wanted it dead, she would have killed it on the spot, but she was kind of just playing with, but still he was banged up and scratched, right? And I went and I pulled it out of her mouth, and she went through me. Go ahead, Stinky. Is mommy home? Go ahead.
By the way, such good PR. Stinky is never like that. He was sleeping. That's the only reason why he stayed so long.
You're never at night. He's lovable at night sometimes. So yeah, I go and pull this fucking cat out of this dog's mouth, and I'm like, Hera, no, this dog went through me, and she's so well built and strong, and she caught me out foot. That she went through me, I fall down. She took it back in her mouth, started, so I had to fucking hit her with this bone here. Just, I don't know, I hit her a few times, I fell a few times, she finally dropped it. I picked it up, and she didn't attack me. I managed to get up on my feet this time, right? And she didn't attack me, but she was just like hypnotized. That was the only purpose, was to eat this cuddle, little dirty, but scruffy little kitty that Paul hates, right?
I love Stinky.
Yeah. Everybody does. He's a cool cat. So I took him, and he was like, this was gonna come up as an episode in on the channel too. So you'll see the pictures then of how scruffy and how miserable he was, and blood and everything dried up. And I call him Stinky on the spot. I wanted to give him away because I wanted to get a dog here in Bucharest too, but Bucharest, Amsterdam. But some things happened. The lady who said she's going to take him didn't because of medical reasons. I fully understood. But by the time that happened, I was like, I already love this kitty, so we're keeping it. And my girl agreed. So now he's Stinky, our cat, all vaccinated and still has his balls.
Then, he was nothing. Now he's Stinky.
And he still has his balls, and he's an asshole. But, you know, I'm going to cut him off soon. I mean, I wouldn't do it to a dog, but kitties are just too crazy, and they start marking their territory everywhere. It has to be done. But yeah, I'm glad I saved this little soul. And you mean to tell me, okay, he has this pattern, right? But you mean to tell me that you wouldn't have loved him if he would have had the classical like stray cat pattern?
No, I would have loved him because I meet him every time I come here. But if he would have been like, you know, those cats with very like like faces that hit a car, like, if you know what I'm saying, like those very
wide faced,
yeah. I wouldn't like how it looks, but probably I would love him.
I saw 0 hearts, so it seems the people. No. I see 1 heart. I see
Teodora Velescu.
2 hearts. Kisses to our girl Teodora Velescu. Thank you. She's a dancer, a professional dancer, and she invited us to a show which I managed to go to. This fucker didn't. It was wonderful. Keep on keeping on, girl. Love your work. I think we're. What's your excuse? Don't even talk. You just.
I don't even remember when it was and what I was doing.
It was multiple invitations. You daft cunt.
Daft punk.
No, this is the problem with having an American accent, but going to study in England, because you still keep your accent, but you have stuff like cheers and daft cunt, like daft cunt,
press
press A. Right. So should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us. Please step forward and do that again next Wednesday starting 8 p.m.-ish if we don't have troubles. Follow Paul at Paul Devon on Instagram, me at ROMERCIAL. Follow, help out on Patreon if you want to do this type of stuff, if you want to support. Always a pleasure. Glad to be back, and finally not too many problems. We had one podcast. Yep. It was a good one, buddy.
Yeah.
Until next time, peace.
See ya.